boys, my name's Ella. I've met some of you at school before. I am Mrs. Stewart's daughter. Today I'm going to show you how to make one of my favourite things, chocolate brownies. For today's recipe, we are going to need 1 cup of sugar, half a cup of flour, 1/3 of a cup of cocoa powder, half a teaspoon of vanilla essence, half a cup of melted butter, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 2 eggs, and some chocolate. If you don't have chocolate at home, that's perfectly fine. You don't need it for this recipe. Okay, so our first step is adding sugar into a bowl. So we're going to pour the sugar in, and then we're going to add the melted butter. Once we've added this, we're going to make sure all the butter's out, and then we're going to whisk it. This is called a whisk, and we're just going to stir it until the sugar and melted butter are combined. Once your sugar and butter looks like this, it's time to add the eggs. We're going to crack them on the side of the bowl and into the bowl. Make sure that you don't get any shells. We don't want shells. Once your eggs are added, we're going to take the whisk and whisk them again until they're all mixed nicely together. Once it looks like this, we're going to add our flour, our cocoa powder, and our salt. And we're going to give that another whisk. Okay, this is all mixed nicely together. Now we're going to add the vanilla essence. And we're going to give that one final mix. Now that all the ingredients are mixed together, it's time to take out the whisk. We're going to bang it against the bowl to make sure that all the mixture is off it. And we can put the whisk away because we're not going to use it anymore. Now I'm going to use my spatula. If you don't have one of these at home, that's perfectly fine. You can just use a spoon. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add the chocolate pieces into the mixture. I've used about 200 grams of chocolate, but like I said before, if you don't have any, that's perfectly fine. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our spatula and we're going to fold it in. Folding is when you take the spatula around the edges and put that mixture on top, and take it around and put it on top, and around and on top. And we're going to do this until all the chocolate pieces are mixed in. I'm going to put the mixture into a baking tray. Now, a very cool trick that I like is take your baking paper and scrumple it into a ball. Make sure it's nice and tight, and then we're going to unfold it. And we're going to put it in the baking tray. This helps the baking paper to stay nice and flat so it doesn't pop up, so it's easier to pour the mixture in. Now we're going to pour in this mixture. Make sure to get everything in. Boys, can you tell me what shape is my baking tray? That's right, it's a square. So I've put all the mixture evenly into all 4 corners. And now it's time to put it in the oven. I've preheated my oven to 180 degrees. We are now going to place the brownie mix in the oven for 25 minutes at 180 degrees. Now be careful because the oven is very hot, so do not touch it. Sounds like our brownies are ready. Let's take them out the oven. Remember, the oven is very hot. And now we are all finished. We have to let them cool before we can touch them because they're very, very hot.